All right, I'm going to show you how to do a really cheap and easy free flow exhaust on one of these GP1800Rs without having to cut anything in here. And this is completely reversible, not going to do anything to void your warranty. If you just want to hear it run, click the timestamp in the description. So real quick, all I did, when you take your seat off, take the back off, you will notice there's a bunch of plastic pipes and mufflers and stuff in the back here. All you got to start doing is unloosening all those hose clamps and pulling things out. However, this big plastic piece is not going to come out through this hole, so you have to take this bracket off. So just these 5 bolts around in a circle, take them off and this will come out. Just be careful. There are washers on the bottom here, so just make sure you catch them or you're gonna lose them down in there. And so once you get everything out, what you're gonna be left with is the outlet on your water box to where the stock exhaust goes. Now, a lot of the Riva kits require you to unbolt this and cut it or do some weird stuff with that. With this, you don't have to do anything. All you got to do is order 2 things to do this. You need a silicone intake elbow. It's 3 1/4 inch inlet, 3 1/2 inch outlet. 3 1/4, 3 1/2. Reason why you need that is because the outlet down there is 3 1/2 inch. The outlet of the water box is 3 1/4 inch. So what you're going to do is put the 1/4 inch side of that elbow at a 45-degree angle facing that. Second thing you're going to need is a 3 1/2 inch piece of 45-degree mandrel bend, however the fuck you say it, intake pipe. I've seen people use stainless steel. I'd recommend you get a piece of aluminum because, especially if you're the type of person who runs in salt water, it's gonna rust eventually. To give you an idea of the length of this thing, it's about the best I can do, but along the center line it's about 15 1/2 inches. You can go a little bit shorter than this. I'll show you in a second because you got to cut it in quite far. I had to cut about 3 inches off with a sawzall, whatever, clean the... Didn't come out too perfect, but you know, I cleaned it up with a deburr tool and it'll be fine. All right, first is you're gonna put the short end in the original exhaust outlet down there, like this. All right, and once you got the short end in the outlet, this elbow just needs to go in here just like this. Make sure you keep this clamp loose so you can wiggle it around and get it fitted into there. Now once you get that all hooked up, it should look something like this. Just double check, make sure you don't have any hose clamps touching the hull or anything, and make sure you don't have any kinks in these hoses, and it's good to go. But I'm going to tell you right now that it's probably still going to sound like shit, and the reason that these sound like shit, at least outside the water, is because of this factory water box right here. So if you really want these to sound good, you got to get rid of this water box and get something like a TDR water box or a Riva water box. If you are really cheap, you can cut this open, take all the baffles out and weld it back together, but that's like just as much work as buying a $250 water box to me. All right, got it idling, warmed up the new exhaust. Take you a couple clips from different spots. All right, I got it out here in the Potomac with the new exhaust on it. Start it up for you. I'm gonna tell you right now that it doesn't honestly sound that much different. 1 to 3,000 RPMs. The drone is just really bad. Hopefully when I put a water box on it, it'll sound a little better. So all right, I'll start it up for you. Here it sounds about exactly the same. You'll hear that drone come in. Around 2,000 RPM. And then it quiets right back down when you come back to a stop.